Welcome everyone, Apostolic Watchman here, back with another video. It's been a while. I've been very busy because I'm going through a transition right now in shifting to working just one full-time job instead of two jobs. It's part of the reason why I'm been lacking on the videos, so please forgive me. Hopefully you're all doing well. Thank you to all of you who've stuck around. Today, I'm going to get into sharing a dream that I had recently, and I gotta admit, I was a little bit apprehensive about this, but um, over the weekend, I happened to be listening to the radio, and there was a man on there talking about spiritual gifts and how we ought to not be afraid to use our spiritual gifts in what God intended them for. And the irony of it was, that morning, I had actually intended on doing this video, and I kind of backed off. So I took that as being, a green light to go ahead and just share this dream. And it's quite a doozy because, honestly, I for those of you who are curious about, spiritual gifts, you know, I don't intend to get this kind of stuff, okay? Whatever God shows me in a dream or shows me through prayer and Bible study, it's my job to communicate that. I don't go to sleep at night and say, Lord, show me something about Senator Kamala Harris. I don't do that. I don't. Um, so when this dream came through, I thought it was kind of odd because I was curious as to why he showed me this about her. But needless to say, I had a dream about Senator Kamala Harris. And in this dream, I was shown a stage, and she was up there, debating with some other political candidates. And, she was being all, happy and joyful and smiling. And one of the other candidates said something negative about her. And, she tried to downplay it as like, as if that person was, going below the belt with what they said. Then the interesting thing was, the dream then shifted, and I was taken into like a kind of like a private banquet, private dinner, and I saw a completely different side to this woman. When she was out in front of the people, you know, uh, doing her thing and debating and talking about her views. She was all happy and bubbly, but in this private, banquet slash dinner setting, she was a completely different person, and she was being very, very rude, very, very mean, and demeaning toward this waitress. In the dream, I saw this waitress. She had, was very dressed very formally. She had black pants on. She had a little black bow tie and a white shirt and the apron. And she brought out a bottle of wine to the table. And in the dream, I saw Kamala Harris being very rude to her, and she was doing stuff like this wine better be cold this time, and stuff like that, just being very rude. It was like, I got to see two different people. It's the same person, but two different people. There's the version of her that's out in public and is very, lighthearted and warm and seems like she's a very, relatable person. And then I got to see this other side to her in this dream of her being very mean and nasty when nobody's around. And I'll be the first to tell you, this is just a dream that I had. I don't know her personally, but I thought that was an interesting dream. And I felt compelled and led of God to really share that with people. Now, if you're new to the channel, when I get stuff like this in a dream that seems profound, I always ask God to give me a scripture to share with people so they can kind of digest it for themselves. And what's interesting, I had this passage here in Isaiah 29 that really stuck out to me, and it's verses 16 and 17. It says, "Woe unto them that seek to hide their counsel from the Lord, and their works are in the dark, and they say, Who sees us, and who knows us? Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, He made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, He had no understanding?" And so what's interesting is, I'm not sure what the Lord is intending by showing me this, but I do find that interesting, to hide your counsel. So you could take that almost as saying, the Lord saying, what you're seeing is not real. Okay? And that's what God showed me about Senator Kamala Harris in this dream. She has like a Jekyll and Hyde thing going on with her. And why he chose to reveal that to me, I honestly, I still have no clue. But you just got to run with it, because like I said, when it comes to exercising spiritual gifts, God doesn't give this stuff out like candy. I've had times where I've gone months without having a dream or a word come through. And so when something does come through, I have to share it. And honestly, if you look at the playing field right now, there's, on the Democratic side, there's just so many people that have thrown their names in there now. And you notice they all have something in common, and that is they're trying to shed, some sort of negative aspect to their candidacy. So, for example, there's been some stories out there about Senator Klobuchar being very, very rude and rough on her staff, and she's just tried to downplay it as if she's just being tough. Telling somebody to eating a salad with your comb and then telling somebody to clean it, that's not being tough on your staff. Okay, that is some very, very domineering type of behavior. Same thing with Tulsi Gabbard. She started out her bid by being apologetic about her LGBTQ stance in the past. Well, why are they doing this? I think that's something to really think about. But needless to say, that's what God showed me in this dream. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment down below, and feel free to share this video with others. I have some more videos coming, so keep a lookout for those, and God bless you all.